Hi everyone, as you can see on my desk, what I have is a couple of small frames, and basically I got asked, I've been giving away over the last few months some small framed flies, and I was asked how do I put them together. Now hopefully I'll be able to show you here how I do it. We'll see. It's reasonably simple. To give you an idea, this is how I got the frames. It's many years ago. I actually bought them at it was an antique fair, and it was a gentleman that was selling them, and I bought obviously it's handmade in Scotland, so it was put together in Scotland, and they're nice wee frames, and they're kind of ideal for putting a single fly or so, or even a couple of small flies, and easy to send as a small gift or something like. And originally my plan was to basically put them together and sell them, believe it or not, on eBay or wherever. It was just, but I never did it at the end of the day. So in the monthly draw, I've been giving them away, and these are the last two. So if I'm going to film it, this is the best time to actually do it. Now, as I say, they come like this. Basically quite simple to take apart, just these pins at the back, and it's quite simple. This comes off. Now the only thing I did was I bought some small doweling, and to get the distance between the glass and the back, so the fly would sit in, give it a bit of depth. I put these in, and these are just sitting in 45°. I'll show you these are I cut them to shape, and there's a 45° cut there, and obviously one to fit one side and then the bottom side. Just like a small frame inside a frame to give me depth, and that's all I did. And basically to help, and they stay in because obviously the back holds it as well. Obviously when you're doing this, you've got to make sure when you're going to put it together, make sure you clean the glass well, and then it's reasonably easy after that. The card that came, there's a piece of card at the back. There's a piece of paper that was with it, so I use that just to help us a wee bit of backing. Now I also got this small, this is a small, it's a ring holder to basically put through the card so you can hang it up, and you've got to push it through the card. It's quite simple. The centres, I've marked it there, and you just push it through. Eventually it will go through. Just take my time. Just ease it back and forward. You could obviously use a smaller screwdriver or something just to do it. So there's your ring there to hang it up. You just bend it to suit, and then what you can do is, this is tape. Just put tape on it, press it tight, that flattens it down and holds it. Obviously then I put this on, and then the card and the fly goes onto that. But that's for this one. So I've already done it on this one here, ready for putting together the fly. Now, first thing I do is, this is the fly I'm going to be framing. This is a Lady Caroline. It's basically the golden olive version. It's a variant of the original, which is an olive body. I like to tie the kind of yellowish one as well. I've got both here. And what I do is I just set it in the middle of the card. Now this is a piece of card first, cut to the same size. I just use that as a guide. Obviously I call it a spay fly because it is a spay fly. It's a Lady Caroline, if I can say it, Caroline. So basically it's in brackets I put variant, and then you can sign the card. This is a wee stamp that I have. I stamped the side of the card. I get made. My son got that for me quite a few years ago, just to basically make it look a wee touch better. And now once you've tied your fly, you would sit it on, and then what I do is you can mark it a couple of ways. Mark it with a pencil, or you can just, what I do is, this is just a doubling needle I have. I just touch it that point there where I want to catch it in, and this point here. So there's my two marks. You can see there, one there and one there. And then I simply set it back on the card, because it's cardboard, it's a hard cardboard. And then I push the needle straight through, all the way. So it's all the way through, keeping it nice and tight and square. You can be slightly out, but most times you have to be as close as possible. Again, push all the way through. Keeping it together, then you can join it using some, I'm going to use this is just old nylon I have, this is 4-pound nylon. I make a loop of nylon at one side. Just make a wee knot on it. Different loops you can make, but anyway, just a small loop. Tighten that up. Trim away. And then what I do is, this is it's tied in a blind eye hook, so it's got a gut eye, this one. So I just put the nylon through, the loop on the other side. It's quite a fine nylon, you're not going to see it too well. And then I just pull this to the side of the eye, just ready, basically to sort of thread it through. I know it's not a good close-up of it, like, but it's fine enough. Like now, if you do move it like this, what happens? Like I did there, I normally keep it together. So I just find the two holes, come into there. That gets me lined back up. Make sure I'm on this side. Once I get that one lined up, I come back to the other side and I put. Basically, I leave the needle there, so it doesn't move. And then let's just slide this through if I can find the end of it. I mean, the fly can be removed anytime. So just pull that through, pull it up onto the card. Remove your double needle. And then what I do is I just thread it through from either side. I normally come over, but I'll manage. So come up, just get hold of the end, bring it over, just bring it the inside. I mean, you can form the loop first if you want. It's easier just to form the loop first. And then using the hook, just obviously pull the nylon. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's just a kind of rough idea, just to give you an idea of what I do. And where you actually marked it, then you tighten up. So you pull this one, this is when it's marked through, so you pull that tight. And then you just pull it so it comes together. Make sure your fly is basically square in position. So what I do then, I just basically turn it round about. So there's it. Keep it nice and tight. I use this. This is the tape to set us down. It's basically used for fixing the back of frames and so on, but I use the same. It's sticky back. Used to be you had to moisten the back of it. This way you just take a length out, go back, but make sure this is tight so that the fly doesn't move. There's lots of ways to fix these, and then I just stick it down. Just use the back of my nail here. Make sure it's sealed. trim this away. There we go. That's your fly attached. It's not doing any harm to the fly. So say you can remove the fly. Now this is where you can decide where if you want to put some of the the hackle fibres through and under the hook, you can use a brush, or you can use your dubbing needle just to brush the fibre in line. A fine needle here, so you could bring it in if you want, or you can keep it out. If you want to see the hook, sometimes it's best to actually bring it under. Best to do all this before, obviously, you seal it up. You can spend a bit of time positioning the fibre. It's going to push it in slightly when you put the frame on. So obviously make sure your frame's sitting right, obviously with the Handmade in Scotland on the top. You can then position it, put it in. See how it looks, that's fine. If you're happy with the position, make sure obviously there's nothing inside before you close up. And it's quite simple then, you just bend these back. So then what you want to do to seal the back, just use the tape. I mean, the tape itself is obviously, this is meant for it, I don't know what they call it. It just says super tape inside. But framing tape anyway, you'll find it online, you should be able to. I'll have a wee search to see if I can find it for you. And then, quite sticky stuff this. So you just put the square up the end here. This will seal it. Oh, I want it as square as I can here. It's fine. Just lift this up. What I've actually got what they call a burner. This is an agate, and I just rub this on it to basically seal it up. Take the ripples out it. The end, I usually a wee blade here, or you can use your scissors. Just use my scissors. Make it easy. And then you just rub this on there. Basically seals it up. This top part here, you've got to cut round about it, so you need another length, but then I've got to cut round about this as well. So do the same again. I'm just going to roughly measure it. Usually about half. You can tidy it up a wee bit when you get by the scissors. I usually maybe just make it a wee bit longer. Let's just flip this back over. Come down, it's reasonably tight. Where you want to cut it is in line with the centre of the ring. Just lift it up, just pull the ring to the side. Do this side. Come in. Just slightly overlapping, but that's fine. And like we did before, just come up with the scissors up the side, the edge. the burnishing tool, just run that along the edge here. Make it as neat as you can, take any ripples out, just rub it. You'll get these agate tools. I mean, they use it for doing classic flies, using it for the flosses and so on. There we go. And that's how I put the frame together. You see, that's the Lady Cala line. That's the variant, as I said. Seal this up a wee bit, just using the. That's it. And then if we want to cut out, sorry, really forgot that. The cut out handmade in Scotland. I just come down the line. Use a ruler, or you can do it freehand. It's up to yourself. Be careful, especially cutting towards yourself. Trim away. There we are. Just seal this. And there we go. That's the frame, the back of the frame. There's your wee, I call it the ring for hanging it up. Just make sure this is nice and neat. So there you go, that's it. This is as quick as I could show you how quick you can do it. I mean, it doesn't take that long once you've done it, and that holds fine. And that's how I actually frame up a salmon fly. Or one of the ways anyway. It's just it suits this frame. Every frame will have your own way, a different way, but that's the easiest way to actually frame a fly. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching.